I just got all the brand new LEGO Speed Champion cars, and in this video, I'm going to be upgrading them by giving them moving parts, fixing them up, and making them look better. These cars need some fixing up, so let's get started. So the first LEGO car I want to upgrade is the Porsche. Is it just me, or does every LEGO Speed Champions always look way worse on the box? If you guys have this car, you gotta try out these upgrades I'm about to do. Looks like LEGO's paper bag idea didn't last long. I quickly built this GT3 RS up, and it's already looking really good, but there's definitely some stuff I can upgrade, especially these printed headlight pieces. But first, I'm gonna take off a bunch of the aero on the car to make it look a little more clean. So maybe it could look like a Turbo S. I took most of the black LEGO pieces off, and I kind of changed up the front end, and it's looking pretty good. Let's give this thing a whole new look. Alright, I finished this upgrade, and it looks pretty good, like it has a Mansory kit or something. And the best part is, this LEGO car actually has working vents. There's no pieces in here blocking the air, so it can go straight up to the top of the car. But these new rims that LEGO's been making are not gonna cut it, so we need to make something really cool. Like this, with a caliper on the inside. I made this thing from a tile, this connector piece, and then I just put it in a tire with the rim. These are designed by I Bricked It Up on Instagram. Let's place them on the car. Oh, and that looks better. And I can even mount the caliper lower so it looks like the real GT3. And alright, this thing's looking good for the first mod of the video, but we can make it better by adding some moving parts. I'm gonna make some really cool opening doors. I'm gonna use this little robot arm piece that can open it up, and there we go. That looks really cool. I did it on both sides, and that is definitely a nice upgrade. You guys should try that out. This 911 looks way different from the GT3 RS, but I kinda like it. And it even has these vents on the hood that look like the GT3 Touring. That's a cool detail. But we gotta step it up, so I built a whole new GT3 RS. I grabbed some hook pieces, and now we got some crazy lights coming. I got this tire from a small LEGO car. Yeah, I cut it in half. This is a super legal LEGO building technique that I've never seen before, but it might actually look good on this. I have the right shape of the real GT3 headlights, and it looks pretty good. I did the other side, and it's kind of weird looking, but it also looks good at the same time. Are you guys gonna try this out? Let me know in the comments. I still don't know how I feel about it. Okay, so now it's time to build up the new LEGO Hellcat in this super cool color. LEGO never makes cars in this green. This thing looks perfect, but there's still some things we need to change up and modify. But my favorite part is the lights are made from these clear hook pieces. And one of my favorite parts about this set is you don't even need a single sticker. Everything you see here is fully printed. Not a single sticker was needed on this set. But if we pop the roof off and look at the interior, there's a coffee cup in there, but there's also some really detailed seats that look just like the real ones. And I have no clue why they added a coffee cup in this set. It also comes with this really cool shifter that's the same shape as the real one. I think I like this build better than the GT3 RS already. But still, we gotta upgrade it. On their interior, I want to make it a little more realistic by adding a bigger dash to make it go up just like the real Challenger. So I did that. It was super easy, and now it's time to move on to a little bit of a harder upgrade. I think the wheels that LEGO put on this car stick out too much, and I don't like them. So I'm gonna switch them with the normal Speed Champion wheel, paint the inside silver so it looks like a rotor, and grab this LEGO feather piece to make it look like the caliper. I did this 4 times, and there we go. Now it's looking a little better with the calipers. But I guess the only problem is when you push the car, the calipers also move with the wheel. But that's okay, because this next upgrade is going to be crazy. We've all seen Dodge Challengers on the road with these yellow things on them that are meant to protect the car, I guess. And this piece looks just like it, so I'm gonna make it yellow. But while I do that, I'm also gonna make the car a lot better by adding an opening hood with the Hellcat engine and the supercharger on the inside. Okay, there we go. It's done. I made the pieces yellow. I also made the hood openable. This is my first time opening. Hopefully I don't break anything, and hopefully it actually goes up. Oh, it actually does, and that looks sick. I used 2 of those slow pieces for the engine block, and that gray piece in the middle for the supercharger. I think it looks really good, and it can open and close super smooth. If you guys really want to try this out, there's a tutorial at the end of this video. But I think that's all the Hellcat needs, and that just made it 100 times better. So let's move on to the next set, which is the Lamborghini 2-pack. Finally, LEGO made another Lamborghini set. I feel like it's been so long, and I'm excited for the Huracan STO here. And already looking at the package, I can tell the Revuelto doesn't look that great. We're gonna have to fix that. Okay, so I started by building the Huracan STO. This thing is sick. The orange and blue look super good together, but it needs some work, just like all the other ones. I would change the front end, but I don't really have this color blue, so I'm gonna change up the rear end by twin turboing it. But before that, the interior is actually really cool, and I guess it's official. LEGO's only gonna be using this steering wheel from now on their new Speed Champions. The spoiler on the back also moves a bit, and the front end, I just do not like how these headlights look. I wish they used a different technique and made them not printed. But now it's time to twin turbo this, so I'm gonna have to take apart the rear end to do this. So I got straight to work, and this was kind of a hard job fitting the turbos, but then I got it, and it looks really cool. Okay, so behind this piece is the twin-turbo Lamborghini Huracan with the exhaust sticking out. Here it is. That looks super cool. And I also added a bunch of vents in the back behind the turbos, and it just looks really cool. Since this Lamborghini Huracan didn't really need any fixing, I just upgraded it. And I added this dual exhaust in the middle in between the turbos. That made it look a lot better too. Are you guys gonna try this out? And by the way, if you guys try any of the upgrades in this video out, make sure to make a video on them and tag me, and I'll comment on it. But for now, it's time to make the Lamborghini Revuelto. This actually took me a long time to build because a bunch of pieces kept falling off, but I really like how they use this carrot stem piece as the rear taillights. That's a 500 IQ Lego building technique right there. The rear end of this Lego Lamborghini Revuelto is pretty much perfect, and that's why I need to upgrade the front end, because it does not look like the real Revuelto front end. And I just think this Lego car looks a little bit ugly. I know it does in real life, but it just looks a little more ugly in Lego. At least the rear end makes up for the front end though. So let's change this front end. There's not much I can really do, but I'm gonna try my best to make the lights not printed pieces in actual bricks. The shape of this car is really hard to get down, and the lights are crazy looking. This is definitely gonna be the hardest build of the day. So let's move it over to the front end, and I took it all apart. I won't be needing these anymore. Well, I will be needing the pieces. And I think it's looking pretty good. I clicked some more pieces together, and the only thing that was stopping me now is the side lights that go vertical. But first I put the hood back on, and then I looked at the box because, oh, this is not looking good. Actually, I have an idea, but it's kind of cheating and kind of doing a illegal building technique. It looks pretty mid right now, but if I take it over to my room and a marker, I'm gonna use this paint marker. I guess I'm just gonna have to color on these bricks, but that's okay because this marker could just wash off if I don't like it later. Hopefully this turns out good. I think it looks okay. I definitely got the shape of the car down, and if you think it looks pretty ugly, well, look at the car in real life. It also looks pretty ugly. And there's the Lamborghini Revuelto. I'm not too happy that I had to color on it, but it's okay because I can wash it off or even turn it back to normal. But for the last car, I have the Bugatti. This one is underrated, and this dot is super annoying to look at. I know some of you guys don't like this set, and maybe you aren't even picking it up, but I actually really like this one because it looks just like the real Bugatti, unlike any of the other Speed Champions. They're close, but this one's actually dead on. It even has custom-made rims just for this car. So I built it up, and it actually looks really cool. It has a blue interior that I didn't even know about. The windshield's so tinted, if you take it off, then you can finally see the blue interior, and this is the first Speed Champion that actually has a cool color interior. This thing actually looks fire. And Lego decided to use some claws for the front grille, which looks really cool, but I still don't know what to upgrade. This one's for sure an underrated car. I just wish Lego did a Veyron or a Chiron or something, because what even is this one? There's not much I can do to this build since it's really good, but I want to make an engine for it, and it says it has an 8-liter quad turbocharged W16 engine with like 2,000 horsepower. So let's build this motor. I'm gonna take some of these little things, one more there. Now we can twist these the way we want to make that W. Alright, there's the W16, it looks okay. Now it's time to figure out how to put it on the car. It might stick up a bit. I ripped it apart, just a few pieces where the engine would go. I tried to fit it, I clicked it in, but it kind of sits on an angle and it doesn't really look that great and it sticks out. This was definitely the hardest build of the day because there's not much I can do to it. I might just put this one back to normal because you don't really need to upgrade a Bugatti. And when I build the Hellcat, I know all you guys in the comments are gonna want a tutorial, so here it is. These are the pieces you're gonna need for the engine, and I just put these pieces for the engine block. I did that twice, and now for the supercharger. I got that piece with one stud in the middle, and then I put a little tile on top, and then whatever this piece is in the middle to make it look a little more detailed, just like a real supercharger. This Hellcat engine's gonna look really cool once it's done. I put these pieces right in the middle, and then I place the supercharger up one stud from those pieces, and now we can put the engine block inside with these slope pieces that look like a V8. And then for the front end, I made these parts black so it looks a little more clean, and now it's time to make the hood. These are the parts you're gonna need. It's pretty simple and easy. All you're gonna do is just click them together like that. Oh yeah, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Alright, the hood's looking really clean, and if you want, you can add a hood scoop like the Dodge Demon or the Hellcat. Then I put it on, and then put another Lego block in to prop the windshield up. And there it is, the Hellcat with the opening hood and the supercharged V8. Thank you guys for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. I put a lot of Lego pieces together in the past few days, so subscribe.